Spoiler warning for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episodes 1 through 4. Hello, I am the Infinity Theorist, Space Spin-off enthusiast, and episode 4 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended in a dark twist. It also has a nice reference to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, so grab a Turkish delight and join me on my review and analysis of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4. So now I'll inform you of a few things you may have missed in this episode. The first of these things is about the 6 years ago flashback. We know this takes place around 3 years from now. The show takes place around April 2024, and going from that 6 years ago would have been April 2018, about a month before the first snap. May 2018 is most likely the time Thanos' first blip snap occurred. Though April 2018 doesn't make much sense to be one of the first times Bucky realizes he's free. He had to have his mind back at some point before fighting Thanos. Does that mean that this scene was in 2017? Is Marvel doing that thing where they mess up their timeline again? I really hope not. They've been doing great at keeping up with their timeline steady, keeping the timeline steady since Infinity War, going as far as to practically tell us when they all take place. So Infinity War is in May 2018. That's what's normally agreed upon amongst the fandom. After Infinity War, Captain Marvel takes place in 1995. And Ant-Man and the Wasp also takes place in May 2018, possibly April, depending on the length of time between the movie and the post-credit scene. Endgame takes place in October 2023. Spider-Man Far From Home takes place in May, June, and possibly July of 2024. WandaVision takes place in November of 2023. And The Falcon and the Winter Soldier takes place in April 2024. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7 takes place during the blip around 2019. But they are time-hopping a lot, and most of the seasons take place in a different timeline. Not most of the season takes place in a different timeline. This one season. The MCU has been good about keeping track of dates, but I seriously can't figure out if this scene takes place in late 2017 or early 18. It's really bothering me. I know it shouldn't, but if you know, please tell me. Zemo talks about how the Flag Smashers, despite their goals, are supremacists. I really like how shows like this can now talk about the characters' political standpoints that couldn't really be expressed in a feature-length film or an ABC TV show. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier making Zemo a slightly better character sometimes. Speaking of Zemo, he gives Turkish delights to Sam, Bucky, and the kids at the GRC camp. This is, and I don't know if you believe this, a reference to C.S. Lewis's famous 1950 book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. In that book, the White Witch tricks one of the Pevensey siblings, Edmund, into telling her information about his siblings by giving him a highly addictive and enchanted version of his favorite sweet, Turkish delight. This is represented in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, only we are substituting Zemo for the witch, the kid at the camp for Edmund, and Doña Madani for the Pevensey siblings. I said in my review of episode 3 that I don't trust the GRC, and episode 4 seemed to have hinted that my suspicions were correct. They promised help at the GRC resettlement camp 6 months prior to the show, which is around the time everyone had just come back, and they never delivered. They had half a year to deliver. This pandemic that we're in has been going on for over a year, but even 6 months in, heck, even 1 month in, to the real-life pandemic, there were organizations willing to help people. After the blip, the newly formed GRC needed to get adjusted to life as much as the blip people. But 6 months is too long. They need to remember that they're supposed to be helping people. That needs to be their main mission. Instead, they're hoping to knock off Captain America, hunt a group of people who are trying to make the world a better place, albeit by terrible methods, but still. You can't prevent if you don't have anyone left to protect. Or, how can you be to put it in Spider-Man terms, how can you be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there is no neighborhood? It's the same thing with the Global Repatriation Council. I never trusted them, and now I trust them even less. Sam agrees with the Flag Smashers' political beliefs, but he just doesn't like the way they're fighting for them. Even Sam, someone who was blipped, didn't think the Hulk snap was a good idea. Zemo tries killing Carly and fails. What he does manage to do, very predictively, is destroy most of the super soldier serum. I like the quote, the Dora Milaje have jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje find themselves to be. It shows how powerful they are. Very good part of the episode. Lamar Hoskins said that if given the chance, he would take the super soldier serum. This one line makes me think I read him wrong in the last episode. I thought he was like Sam, a Flag Smasher supporter who doesn't like the methods, but I am definitely wrong. He is more like Walker, a Flag Smasher hater whose methods are just as bad as their enemies. Hoskins also says that the serum just makes a person more of themselves. This is true, as is the case in Captain America the First Avenger. Good becomes great, and bad becomes worse. That's what happened with Walker at the end of the episode. More on that in a bit. Bucky says he'll go with Sam, a reference to episode 2, only this time Sam lets him go with him. Walker and Hoskins walk into a room with Walker in the foreground holding the shield in one hand, gun in the other, with his buddy Lamar Hoskins by his side. This is reminiscent of Captain America, the First Avenger. It is similar to one of the most famous scenes from the war montage in that movie. Only substitute Cap for Walker and Bucky for Hoskins. The episode closes with Walker brutally killing Flag Smasher with the shield. An offensive move using a defensive weapon. Also a terrible thing to do. What you may not realize about the scene is that the Flag Smasher who was murdered was actually the one who was a Cap fan as a kid, killed by a version of the person he looked up to. And this isn't just one of those terrible TikTok fan theories that have no research. No, this is confirmed by the episode. It's the same actor, and that was definitely the writer's intent. After this, the final shot is of Walker holding a blood-stained shield to not just the regular camera, but also to a bunch of cameras in-universe recording it. Before we get into the review, I would like to say that I have a podcast. The first few episodes, I have a bunch of episodes out, and I just talk about like fandom, life, and I go on random rants. It's on Mondays, so make your Mondays less boring, and subscribe to ITUR, Infinity Theorist, Unscripted Rants. I have a link to the Spotify. I have the Spotify link for that podcast is in the description. Hey, while you're down in the description, let me tell you about Infinity 600, a project for a world record. Would you like to take part in that? If you would, sign up. It's completely free, and you'll be in the longest video on YouTube. 600 people, 600 hours. We can do this. Full rules are on the website. To more things in the description, my live channel and my Instagram. I'll be posting video updates, stream reminders, and just fun stuff on my Instagram. If you want to see some fandom fun live, subscribe to my live channel for that nearly every Saturday. There you go. Monday, ITUR. Wednesday, a normal video, and Saturday, a live stream. Now for the review. First, the title review. This episode is called The Whole World is Watching. I love this title. It makes so much sense and leaves you in so much mystery. It is definitely the best Marvel TV episode title since What We're Fighting For, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series finale. I'll give it a 95 out of 100. Very, very good title score. As for the actual episode, it was the best in the series so far. Had all these amazing moments, and the ending was an amazing twist. It was great. I'll give it a 99 out of 100. An amazing score. That averages out to 97 out of 100. This episode was so good. Alright, so you can watch another video by clicking the top left, top right, and bottom left corner of the screen. But before you do that, click the bottom right corner of the screen to subscribe, and then click the bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos like this, more just fun fandom stuff. Subscribe to all my other channels and my podcast, and yeah, see you hopefully on Saturday for a live stream. Goodbye.